It's time to return to that one galaxy that's far, far away. Disney's got an awesome roadmap for their Star Wars content, and one of the key players in that game is the Mandalorian himself, Pedro Pascal. In today's video, we're going to have a look at what Pascal has to say about his time on the show and the future of Star Wars. Get ready for light speed, folks. Firstly, more Star Wars is on the way. Star Wars is one of the hottest properties on the planet right now, and it looks like it's in good hands. Ever since Disney bought the franchise from George Lucas, they've been focusing on making the movies and TV shows that the fans want. That's why there's never been a better time to be a Star Wars fan. The corporation in charge of everything is really looking out for you, and they've recently revealed a new slate of shows that have definitely got the fans, and us, hyped up on Star Wars fever. The creatives over at Lucasfilm have been hard at work figuring out how to take the story of the franchise forward. They're pulling away a bit from all the mainline characters, specifically the Skywalkers, and giving fan favorites from the spin-off TV shows and movies their time to shine. Any fan of the franchise will be super excited to see the new lineup, which includes Andor, starring Diego Luna, returning to his character from Rogue One, Ahsoka, starring Rosario Dawson as everyone's favorite Padawan, and Lando, starring Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino. And that's not even half of all the shows on the calendar. That's a crazy number of shows, but Disney's definitely got it figured out by this point. Here's a fun fact. George Lucas himself tried to make a Star Wars show before selling the whole thing to the Mouse House. It was called Star Wars Underworld, and Lucas had to scrap it because it got too expensive to make. Disney has definitely got him beat in that department. They've got a lot of cash to throw at this thing, and they've built up a lot of experience thanks to everyone's favorite masked bounty hunter, Djarin. And don't worry, his story's not over yet. Next, The Mandalorian is coming back. Without The Mandalorian in their back pocket, there's no way Disney would feel confident enough to go all out on their TV plans like this. This is a show that's been so successful it's convinced Lucasfilm to focus on TV. Get this, Disney hasn't announced any new movies in their latest press release, only the shows. They've basically made TV shows, not movies, the future of Star Wars. That's pretty insane for a series with such strong ties to film. And The Mandalorian is right in the middle of all this episodic goodness. Anyone who's seen the Book of Boba Fett will know that show ties into The Mandalorian pretty closely, and the Ahsoka TV show is obviously springboarding off of the character's appearances in The Mandalorian. As it turns out, the adventures of Din Djarin have made so many more stories possible for this franchise. That only gives us another reason to love the show. And we're about to get even more. Season 3 is on the cards and slated for release in February 2023. And in a recent interview, Pedro Pascal had some interesting things to say about taking on the titular role of the Mandalorian and how he feels about being at the center of the story for the foreseeable future of the franchise. Turns out he's pretty lighthearted about it all. Now for Pedro Pascal's views on his The Mandalorian role. So Variety got the chance to interview Pascal and the other stars of Star Wars for a huge piece on all the shows coming out. According to Kathleen Kennedy, who's the boss over at Lucasfilm, actors have been told to think of Star Wars as a long-term commitment. Projects can take up to half a decade and require a ton of dedication. Of course, the interviewer had to ask Pascal what he thought about being such a big part of this decade-spanning project, and his response was pretty jokey. Pascal said that while the coolness of being the Mandalorian is definitely exciting for him, the lifespan is something that intimidates him from time to time. Apparently, he's a little scared of how long-term his crucial role might end up being. He even jokingly refers to himself as a commitment-phobe. Of course, anyone can relate to that. It can be tough if you're doing the same thing over and over. Variety is the spice of life, after all. What's more, being tied to The Mandalorian could prevent Pascal from taking on other projects. We don't know about you, but we want to keep seeing all these actors, including Pascal, take on exciting new roles. Thankfully, Pascal does get time off from The Mandalorian set, where they started shooting Season 3 in October of last year. Yep, these shows are a pretty big time sink. It turns out that Mando's mask-wearing habit makes it easy for Pascal to shoot the show off-site. The producers just get a stuntman to wear the Mandalorian armor, and Pascal records some VO for when Din Djarin decides to speak. While this will probably become more difficult over time, the mask has been coming off more and more frequently with each season. We're glad Pascal's been able to take breaks for other projects while shooting his biggest role. That's how he's been able to appear in weird films like The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with stars like Nick Cage. Lastly, there's a lot in store for Mando yet. Season 3 is just on the horizon, and Mando, Grogu, and the entire gang are coming back for more adventures. What's What's even more exciting is that each of these shows is basically telling a small part of a huge galaxy-spanning story. They're obviously moving towards a massive crossover that'll bring all these characters together in one movie or TV show, and the thought of getting to experience something like that has got us hooked. It's going to be epic. Next, in other news, Disney releases a new trailer for Ahsoka. Disney treated fans by releasing the first trailer for the upcoming series at this year's Star Wars celebration. The show is going to center around fan favorite Jedi Ahsoka Tano. Ever since it was announced, fans have been wondering whether characters from the animated Star Wars Rebels would play a part in the show, and this trailer has finally answered their questions. It literally begins by showing us Hera Syndulla, one of the main characters from Rebels, standing next to Ahsoka. Honestly, this trailer is stuffed with Rebels Easter eggs, including glimpses of Mandalorian warrior Sabine Wren, played by Natasha Liu Bordizzo, the Ghost, and a droid that looks very similar to Huyang. Yeah, we know, it's a lot of information to take in at once, and we haven't even touched on the story. Luckily for us, our questions will all be answered by the time Ahsoka hits the small screens in 2023. And now, we've got more info on the Andor show. Star Wars Celebration was a treasure trove for Star Wars fans because it also gave us a release date for the Rogue One spin-off series, Star Wars Andor. The show's coming out on August 31st this year. A second season has already been confirmed, and showrunner Tony Gilroy has got some big plans for it. Gilroy promises that the final scene of the show is going to tie directly into Rogue One, so expect the story to pack some big revelations about the characters from that movie. We might even get to see them again for a few cameos. We also got a trailer that was packed with awesome visuals and mysterious faces, as well as a reintroduction to Diego Luna's Cassian. Andor is supposed to be a lot more serious than what we're used to from Star Wars, and we are here for it. Next, Star Wars Visions reveal major changes for Season 2. Though it got mixed reviews back when it was released in September last year, Season 1 of the animated Star Wars Visions show was a refreshing change of pace for fans, and definitely introduced a lot of people to the world of anime. That was enough for Disney to greenlight Season 2, but they're not going forward without making some changes. It's still an animated anthology show, but while Season 1 was focused on different cultures and styles from Japan, Season 2 is going to expand to other countries. That's right, we're going to get episodes influenced by different animation styles from countries like Spain, India, and Ireland. That's super exciting because the best thing about Season 1 was getting to see a Japanese vision of Star Wars. Getting to see different visions for this universe is an awesome way to keep things fresh, and it'll definitely help audiences from all over the world join in on the fun. Finally, a first look at Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ewan McGregor has returned to play Obi-Wan in the new show, and we're finally learning where Obi-Wan was in all that time between episodes 3 and 4. What's more, Hayden Christensen is coming back to play Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader. It looks like the show is going to pit the Master and the Padawan against each other one last time. So this is definitely a reunion for the ages. That's a wrap for this video. Which Star Wars show are you looking forward to the most? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.